right? So look at our health. I'm at roughly half health after using one of our power bars to heal us up. So I have to use both of our spirit bars to get enough health to walk into this boss fight with 4 healing items, right? So it's drained the resources instead of just like letting me fight the boss like it's been doing through the entire game at this point. Okay, I hit the dodge button, but I keep forgetting that you can't... See, and then he does this, right? And fire is the most overpowered thing for mobs to have, because there's no way to get rid of it other than dashing. Okay, he has a parry, that's what that is. See, that's our thing proccing. There we go. But still, it's just like, just have an in-between respite, man. You don't have to do the run back. Like, the run back is a Souls philosophy. Before we get into this, that's going to be some sort of memory. Okay, apparently we can't touch this guy. Protect Empyrean Parasol. Failed my duty. Okay. So the run back is basically a design thing that happened with the Souls game, where it's like, okay, you respawn here, bosses here. You have to get from A to B, taking as little damage as possible so that you have the resources to fight the enemy at B, right? Dark Souls was the thing that kind of had this formula. There's technically other things that had done it before. It's just the most popularized version, right? Now, a lot of people thought that that was a requirement for a Souls game, right? But with the release of Elden Ring, they proved that it wasn't. It's not a requirement for a Souls-like to have that. Because if you've played Elden Ring, you know there's a thing called the Stakes of Marika. So instead of the run back being get from bonfire to boss without taking damage, they go, hey, we're going to put you right next to the boss door. In some cases, not all cases, in some cases, and you can just keep fighting the boss until you beat it, right? And Elden Ring is probably the most purchased Souls-like of all time, right? So it proved that that run back that was in the previous games, the previous Souls games by the same developer, was unnecessary, right? And that's the problem with this specific part, is that run back is completely unnecessary to fighting this guy. Please stop Master Gilroy. All by himself, the Lord's burden, nothing left to protect. Forgive me, done all I can. You've earned your rest. Okay. But it's completely unnecessary to do that now. And this has been the only case of this, which is why it's very weird, right? Because up to this point, we've never had this problem where we've had like a serious run back. We might have had like a room or two between us and the boss a lot of times, but like it wasn't a lot. Why would I say, why would a platform? I can just... I see. Whoa, what happened? We all of a sudden just lost momentum. Look at that. One explosion? Look how much health it took. See, and again, all of these values are adjustable. We're playing on normal. This would be what they would classify as the normal experience, right? So it's just one of those that, like, you can change it to easy at any moment, which is great. I think that's great design. But when it comes to stuff like this, it's not because of difficulty, it's because of design, right? Like, they're starting to get to where, like, we've changed from just a platformer to more of a precision platformer, which, when you make that switch, you have to be very careful, because a lot of people are going to fail at that kind of stuff. This isn't super precision, but it's getting there, right? Okay, more HP. Got it. Okay. Good. Alright, so we have to punch through that. First, we need to go this way. Okay, can't go that way. Got it. Okay, so that means we need to take care of this guy. Okay, so where does that connect to? I see. Okay. So we need to go to this back wall all the way. Whee! Okay. I see. That opens that. So now we gotta go this way. See, this is what I thought was gonna happen before, right? I thought there was gonna be a wall here, and I thought this was gonna connect like this. We were eventually gonna open a shortcut that would open here and then go down and like that, right? Because if we had a shortcut to like a respite here, we could just go over, down, around. It would basically cut our run back in half. But because they've decided to do this, and you can't just go, oh, I can go from here over here. No, you have to go up through enemies, go through over here, go down, and then go to the boss, right? We'll just do this. It's quicker. And see, we can't get through here because we have to go around. That's what's going on. Like, don't get me wrong, this is not like the most egregious thing in the world. It's just whenever we play indie games, I like to talk about this stuff because these kinds of games are what inspire other indie developers, and I think this game is fantastic. Like, hands down, still an amazing game. The soundtrack alone carries a lot of this game. The combat feels fluid enough. I still think there's some, like, a little bit of, like, the delay clunkiness to it, but that might just be on my part. I am not the perfect player. I cannot beat, Elden Ring with a saxophone or anything like that. I'm not that kind of, player, but but I still, like, I've worked in game design, I've taught game design. Like, this is what my career field was doing this stuff. And I think it's just like when you have little moments to talk about that stuff, it's important because you tend to talk about the things you enjoy a lot more than the things you don't, right? And this is a perfect example of that. I love this game. Like, I really do. I like I said, I think there's just some slowness to, like, the combat and a little bit of, like, issues that I think they need to work through to kind of clean it up just a little bit more. But overall, I do think this is a worthy of your time experience so far. Okay, so this should turn blue, yes? Hey, Cammy, how you doing today? How long did you stream for, by the way? You were going a long time. Okay. Oh, there's probably more up here. Because after Leave rated into, I was watching for a bit, and I was like, geez. 15. I would die. I'm not gonna lie. I think I would just perish. I would not be able to handle that. But I'm glad you had fun. What were you playing again? Still streaming to this moment. You know, I could believe it. What were you playing again? Oh. Okay. Let's try this again. Breathe. Breathe through the plane. D2. Wait, D2 the Dreamcast game? And Red Ninja. Okay. Ooh boy, what a choice that is. How'd you feel about D2? The obvious sequel to D1. By the way, if you've not seen D2, that game is a trip. Twice the D, exactly. Let me get a shout out for Cammy while I'm thinking about it here. If you've not followed Cammy Dev, make sure that you are following Cammy Dev. They stream a lot, and they play a lot of retro stuff, which, if you've been around the channel, you know that I absolutely adore. So go give Cammy a follow. Definitely worth your time playing a lot of stuff that you probably haven't heard about, honestly. So basically, I don't know if Cammy talked about this in their stream, but if you don't know what happened with the release of those games, so there's a game series that are kind of connected, but not in the way you think. So there's D, which originally was on the Sega Saturn, I believe. And D... Oh, this is... Okay. I'll say there's a switch underneath this. Yeah, so there's D, which is a game that you are on a timer about. It's basically like a large puzzle game with QuickTime events. Yes, game on the Sega Saturn had QuickTime events, if you can believe it. Okay, I know what we have to do here. The thing I'm terrible at doing. Yep, there it was right there. Okay. So there's a 2-hour time limit on a puzzle game called D. Basically, the long and short of the story is you play a character named Laura who is trying to figure out what's going on with her father, and there's some weirdness going on. It's very campy, very hilarious. If you do not finish the game in 2 hours, you lose. Period. That's it. But once you finish it, okay. Then there's D2, which is nothing like that. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to focus on platforming and talking about a very interesting story. Okay, I think what I need to do, actually... Hold on. There might be a better way to do this. If I go down, can I... Yeah, okay. I think what I need to do is I need to do this. Yeah. D2 is a first-person shooter RPG. And the only connection it has to D is the main character. The main character called Laura makes a reappearance. And then there's a game called Enemy Zero where Laura makes another appearance. Now, the reason why that is the reason why those games are connected is because there was an idea that the game designer had where he wanted to do what was called like a digital actress, essentially. And that was what Laura was. It was one actress that was featured in other games like they would film, right? And this, that's a little too high. Okay. So that's why Laura shows up in those games, even though their stories are not really connected. So it was an idea of a digital actress that would make appearances in multiple other games. It was a cool concept. The problem is that it never really took off. You didn't see that kind of like play really have any sort of bearing on gaming, because it was weird to think that like you would create someone who would be known. And again, you gotta remember, this was like Sega Saturn, Dreamcast era, so they were still throwing things at the wall to see what stuck. But it's very interesting from like a game design standpoint that there was a, you know, the concept of someone trying to create a digital actress that would appear in other games, like you would see like Vincent Price play, you know, different roles on a film, or some actress like, you know, Audrey Hepburn or something like that. Yes, I know I'm referencing things from like the olden days. Bite me. That's all I gotta say about that. But it tries something quirky and different in those games, I kind of respect. Yeah, it's a pretty cool concept. I think it's still a concept that could work. But it would have to be something that a company would like agree to, right? The deported. Yeah, no, I do. If I can give you one piece of advice with retro gaming, if it's on Steam, don't buy it. There's very few good ports of old games on Steam. If you want good ports of old games, go play GOG. Absolutely go play GOG. D is on GOG. Absolutely is. Now, D2 and Enemy Zero, unfortunately, aren't. But they are doing that Dreamlist thing, so maybe if you go vote for it, and they can get the rights to put it, maybe we get the full series. Maybe we get to see the Adventures of Laura. Go do the wish or what's it called, Dreamlist thing. But Gilroy's communication device. Gilroy, as you will know, I consider you my other self. This is not only because you were created from a biological replica of me, but also because, for better or worse, you and I are exceedingly similar in countless other ways. As such, I have been forced to place the most heavy burden on you. Rest assured, I know that the pain of sustaining the barrier is immeasurable. I am preparing a homunculus to succeed you in this painful duty. I ask that you endure a little longer. Okay. Nameless Priestess. When attacking, SP increases by 20%. Okay, so that's just a better version of something we're currently using. Yeah, and while you're there, don't forget to vote for the classic Kiss Psycho Circus. If you want a good old-fashioned Doom-like with Kiss music in it. You can vote for anything, and if it's not on the list, you can add it. There were like 4 games that I added to the list because no one had them on the list, and I was like, well, that makes me feel bad. Makes me feel old. You added 2 human? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Ain't no way. Okay, so how do we get here? Okay, looks like we go across. Okay, see. You love that game? You know, you have 2 human on your Xbox. I mean, it's a game that they, like, literally took off of store shelves. Like, that's how awful the publisher thought of it. Like, it's kind of crazy. Okay. We go through here? Yes. Okay, so we need to lower this. They had it and they gave it away as free with games for gold. Yeah. Man. That would be insane. Also, we do have an ad, so sorry for everybody seeing the ad. Also, Kimmy, what is that sign next to your name? You have a little heart. What is that heart? Share the love. Where'd you get the share the love icon from? I think this was some software on the Unreal Engine and paid for it, basically. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. Okay. You got the badge for sharing a clip. What do you mean by sharing a clip? Okay, this looks like final boss territory. And we still haven't found who we were supposed to take these items to. Okay, so this takes 2 slots. How much does that ring take? It takes 5. Okay. Share it to instant. Oh. I don't want to connect all that crap. I'll be honest. Okay. I hope that's not the final boss, because we have not found who we need to take this stuff to. If we run into the final boss here, I'm just going to let it kill us. Okay, no, this is a final boss room. I know what those look like. that is definitely a prepare for the end kind of thing. How do we get here? Oh, that's the platforming site. There's also over here we haven't done. So let's go back here. But okay, how do we get over here? Just straight to the left. Whee! Grab some scrap on our way. Okay. Yeah, it's funny. I can hold them in place here while our other thing hits them. I love that. That's actually, I don't know if that's intended, to be honest, but it's like they can block, but they can't block the AoE of this lady. So if we shoot at them while they're standing in the like this, watch his health bar. See how it's still going down? And then I can just throw a fist in there on occasion. It's so cheap. Also, welcome back from the ads. Okay. Good. Okay, there's an item here. Looks like there's a shield person. We automatically go after the shield, and then we just machine gun that guy. Alright, what do we get? Celestial Bangle. Improves stats, primarily defense, up to 2 bracelets. Okay. So we have a new bracelet. Okay, so the only thing we have left to do is this platforming section, which is gonna suck. But at least we have a respite now, so... Or respite, depending on who you ask. I say respite, because that's, I think, technically how you're supposed to say it. No. So respite, the reason why you would say respite is because the E would make the I an I sound, but I don't know. I think in, like, originally, if you go off how it was originally written, it'd be respite. But it doesn't matter. Call it what you want. English is a language of craziness anyways. I used to be, like, really bad about, like, correcting people's grammar and stuff. Like, oh my god, you used the wrong word, how dare you, you know, and that kind of thing. Actually, it's whatever, you know. And then I realized, I was like, you know, English is kind of messed up. Because it's like 6 different languages all jammed together with no rhyme or reason. Unless you're me, then you get killed for reading it wrong. No, the other, I just try to teach you how to pronounce stuff when I see that, like, you're like, oh, it's this word. I'm like, well, yeah, yes, that is the word, but this is how you pronounce it. I just try to help you, so because I know there's other people out there that get real upset about that stuff when it's like, you're not pronouncing it right. It's like, who cares, bro? You're talking about a language that literally came from French and German, and there's some Spanish thrown in, and like, what do you want? What do you want from people? I hate this. This is gonna suck. I'm gonna have to take out these guys. I mean, you must. Oh yeah. I mean, your chat roasts you for existing. Like, if we're being honest. Okay. Alright, so we have to jump here, double jump here. See, if I mess up once, that's the problem. If I mess up once, the platform disappears. I wonder if I start it later. If I, like, start here? Because if I turn back, it also turns it off. I wonder if I can go from above. Can I cheese this a little bit? I wonder. Listen. I hate these platforms. No, I don't think I can do that. Because basically what I have to do is I have to ride the dog down to that thing. I wish I could just do this, but that would be so much easier. I gotta do this, and then I can't turn back, so that means I have to full send whatever I'm doing. So maybe I need to go up. Maybe I need to take the higher road. Maybe that's the problem I'm having. That's not what I wanted to do. So instead of going down, go up. Nope. Okay, that didn't work out. Sucks. Okay, so maybe I might also be doing it where I need to do it from here. Okay. Helps if I also jump correctly. Yeah, see, I can't nail the jump because it's like, it's too long for... Because usually what I do when I jump is I jump and I, like, correct. You can't do that with the wolf. If you jump and correct, well, this is what happens. See? If I turn around, he just disappears. So it's like, I can't correct. Okay, I don't even know what happened that time. It just ate the jump. You can literally see it eat the jump and me fall. That was weird. Okay. See, it's like, it's too short, because he doesn't grab on the ledges, right? So it's too short for a single, or, yeah, for a single jump, but, or too long for a single jump, but too short for, oh, he's got a weird, okay, I see. Okay, it worked, it's broken. He had a weird thing, you see him that he clips through the platform and then jumps? That's weird. I don't think that's how that's supposed to work, but we got it, so it doesn't matter. We'll take it, dude.